Hey guys, Frank Flegg here, founder of Ethical Property Partners. We've just had our monthly training day today where all of the partners come together from across the country and other countries, all come together. Now, ordinarily we'd be in a room together. At the moment, it's a virtual meeting. The question that I got asked this morning, which I've been asked loads over the last few months, is to do with the ban on evicting tenants. And those of you will know that it's just been extended. It was due to end on the 11th of January 21, and it's now been extended by a further 6 weeks, may actually be extended further again. And of course it came into effect last year, middle of last year. The question I get asked from sophisticated investors, novice investors, investors that are coming through our investor club is, what does that mean for us? What does that mean for our risk in terms of needing to evict tenants? And I just wanted to do this quick video to reassure people. I cannot remember the last time I evicted a tenant. Our relationships with our tenants are fantastic on the whole. There are the odd occasion where people don't pay what they should be paying in terms of their rent, or perhaps they create an issue for their neighbours and the neighbours contact us, etc. But by and large, we can sort those small issues out without resorting to the draconian measures of actually evicting someone through the courts. And so I can honestly say that none of our tenants have been affected, or rather we haven't been affected on any of our tenancies by the ban on evictions, because we typically don't evict tenants. And I think that boils down to a few key things. Firstly, we select our tenants very, very carefully. So we have a really diligent process for vetting them. In fact, in some circumstances, we even go to their house where they're currently living to check that out before we'll accept them into our properties. So we get to know them well, and we make sure that we are comfortable with them as people, that they look good on paper, but we actually get a good feel for them as well when we meet them, and that we feel that they're going to be good tenants, as well as checking out all their credentials, landlord references, not just the current landlord but the previous landlord, the one that's not trying to get rid of them, that we take the details of any vehicles that they might own so that we can track them if we need to later, that we know that they're employed, who their employers are, we actually speak to their employers, that we check them with a credit reference agency, etc, etc. So quite a lot of due diligence goes into selecting tenants. And if you do that, and perhaps more importantly, they know that you do that, then it sorts out a lot of the wheat from the chaff in terms of the people that are going to actually create issues for us. Secondly, when they are our tenants, we treat them really well. We do regular inspections, and you can call them inspections, or you can arrange to pop round, see how they're getting on, have a walk around the property, ask if there's anything we can do to help their tenancy. Notice the change in language, the change in attitudes. We have a full-time maintenance person who is forever going around our portfolio and improving it, which means we're very reactive to our tenants' needs, to the property improvements and repairs, etc. And when you have that high level of trust with your tenants and high level of service, they're our clients after all, they pay our income on our portfolio, then when they encounter difficulties, some of our tenants have lost their jobs, some of our tenants have been put on reduced hours, some of them have been put on furlough, it becomes a much easier relationship to work out a win-win solution in that case. So what I say to my franchisees who have asked that question, what I say to my investor club clients who we're building portfolios for, and what I think to myself is, I'm not bothered about this government's ban on evictions. It's not making a jot of difference to my business at all. Tenants aren't trying to take liberties. Tenants aren't trying to not pay rent and not be evicted. We're all in this together. We're all trying our best to fulfill our commitments to one another, and I can certainly say that for my tenants, and for that reason I'm not worried about the ban. It can continue for longer. It's creating no hardships whatsoever for us. So hopefully that'll put your mind at ease if you were wondering about the effect that the ban on evictions is having. The newspapers love to create those headlines, but really it's not a biggie, not a biggie at all. Guys, if you've enjoyed this video, if you'd like to hear more from Ethical Property Partners, more of my tips and tricks in terms of how you can build yourself a portfolio, using property investment strategies that are going to work now, going to work next year, going to work in a decade's time, then hit the notification bell, click the subscribe button, and I'll see you soon on a new episode. Until then, happy investing.